All right, good morning. So I'm Jason with Impact Consulting and Impact Studio, and I'm going to run you through setting up your ChatGPT, so your custom ChatGPT. So when you sign in, let's say you have a free account, you go to chatgpt.com, you're logged into your free account, go up here to your icon on the right, and you're going to upgrade your plan. Go to the personal plan, 20 bucks a month, best 20 bucks a month you could ever spend. From there, you are going to go back into this icon. You're going to go to Customize ChatGPT and you're going to fill in all of the details here. Uh, Tell it your name, what you do, and how you're going to be using it. Like, why are you using it? As personal assistant, training coach, business assistant, whatever it is. And then you want to give it the traits that you want it to have, what it focuses on, uh, and how you work. And you can use the shortcuts here; those work fine too. Um, but the more detail you give it, the better the response, the more customized to you it is going to be, which I think is important. I always coach people to think about ChatGPT or these AI assistants as real people. And the reason why is it changes how we think about it. The way we interact with people when you're talking and working together is collaborative, it's a conversation. You go back and forth. So it changes if we think we're talking to a real person, it changes how we interact and it gives us better results. With AI assistants, the thing that's neat is you get to pick who you're talking to. So this is where you tell it who it is right out of the box. So every time you open up, once you fill this out, every time you open up ChatGPT, this is the base model you'll get. Be sure to check on advanced down here and turn these on so it'll search the web, give you live information. It click code, it's helpful because it lets you do numbers and analytics. And then if you write code or any customization, that helps. Advanced voice is super cool because we could do all of this talking to it instead of typing. And then Canvas is a feature where you can work real time iterating on projects. So you can talk to the GPT, talk to your assistant, and then on the other side, you'll see the output. So as you're doing documents and projects, things like that, it's very helpful. So once you have that, you hit save and your baseline custom GPT is set up. The next thing to do is once you start talking to it, you've been using it before, you'll see on this left side, you'll have your thread history. These are conversations that you've had with it over time, and it goes way back. These are great for quick interactions on specific topics. I recommend just keeping it to one topic because in that thread, if you do multiple topics, the model can get confused. The assistant will get confused on what it's talking about occasionally. And those threads are a little bit like conveyor belts or like when we have conversations. If they go too long, information starts falling off the backside of it because it has a limit on the number of characters. So when you keep it focused on one topic with a limited scope or limited time, it gives you better results. But for those larger projects where you're going to keep coming back to it and work on something over time, OpenAI has made projects here in ChatGPT, and this is where you can really get a lot more focused work done. So, for example, I have House Realty. This is a company I work with that does property management. So, what you want to do is go to your projects. You want to go to New Project, and you're going to name your project. So, in our example, it's House Realty. You create the project, and then inside of here, you've got the ability to give it instructions. Just like you gave instructions to the initial GPT, this is where you can make an assistant. So this is House Helen. She helps with all of the marketing and copywriting for House Realty. I've got interaction style, built this out like you would a person you were hiring. What's their background? What's their work experience? What's their skill set? You can get really detailed in here and it makes the product really good. So the responses are really good. Along with that is you can give it references. So we have all of the details of the brand, the person that this is designed for, custom designed for, their LinkedIn strategy, their writing style guide, all of the information that you want this project to have to be able to give you good responses, you upload there as text files or PDFs. That way, anytime you interact with the project, it's going to stay within those boundaries and give you really high valuable content. The other thing that's really good about projects that's different than those individual threads is that it keeps track of the conversations. So within this project, all of this information in these threads is now available to be discussed every time you work with it. So it doesn't necessarily fall off the conveyor belt if the conversation gets too long. You just start a new conversation and then it becomes a conversation that can be referenced. So that makes it really valuable over time as your projects develop and your work develops, that it's got a database, a repository of information that it can draw off of. So highly recommend projects. It's super powerful and customizable for your work and how you want to employ it. The other option is to create custom personas. And that's what these are over here. So I have a strategist, I have a marketing director, I've got an assistant for my assistant, I've got an SOP writer. So these are individual GPTs that are more geared towards specific tasks that you work with, that you want to jump in, fix an email, write a blog, do something like that, and jump back out. That's the easiest way to do it. They're set up exactly the same. You go to My GPTs. This is where you create them, create a custom GPT. There is a assistant that'll walk you through it. So that's one way to do it. Or if you know what you want, you can do it manually. Name it, give it a description. Again, with the instructions, tell it what it is, what it does, how it does it, how to start the conversations, write an email, review my post, make a LinkedIn post, and then you can give it files to work off of, so guides. If you have templates, that's the other thing about projects, is upload templates for your output. So if you have a report format that you use, an email format, give it the template so that the output is always in that format. And if you work with a team, this is very helpful that the team has the same format so everybody is on the same page. So you can upload those there. The downside to these custom GPTs is like the other chat threads, is over time they'll hallucinate and lose a little bit of information. You can start a new conversation, but it doesn't track previous conversations with this. So all of my conversations with Sarah, my strategist, it's really good when I'm working within that thread, but it doesn't remember what we talked about yesterday. Each thread is a new conversation. Whereas in projects, it'll look at all the threads and draw in the other information. So there's advantages to that. So that is how you make custom GPTs. And then if you're making resource GPTs or tools like prompt editors or prompt engineers or research assistants or script writers, you can put those into the GPT store or make them shareable with your team. That's how you would do this. Projects, I don't believe, are shareable with the team. They just live on your instance of ChatGPT. These personalities are now shareable, so you can create tools and help other people. And along those lines, I have developed a prompt master based off of Google's prompt engineering guidelines to give the best types of prompts. You can use this prompt master for really any project you're working on, but to build out your instructions for your GPTs, this would work really well. So I'll include the link to Prompt Master Paul here in the notes, so you can use that. And it's a pretty helpful tool, gets you started. So for example, I need to make personal assistant GPT for my personal training and fitness business in Nashville. So I'm going to tell Paul what I want to do. Paul will figure out what type of prompt to use, which is called a role prompt. Tells you why it's recommended. And then it will give you the prompt that's ready to use. And then you copy and paste that in and you use it. And so it makes it really quick and easy. It can prompt on a number of things. I need a prompt for my marketing plan for the next week, Instagram, and give it goals. I want to have more calls for memberships. I don't have a gym, I'm just using that as an example. So it should contextual prompting, there we go. Fitness marketing strategist, helping a personal trainer in Nashville, boost Instagram, drive membership, target audience. So you can copy and paste that. So if we copy that, we go into another GPT here. Let's do this here. We'll just go into here, paste that in, and you have a solid prompt and it gives you a plan. So very helpful tool to have a prompt engineer. This is working off of a essentially clean GPT instance. If I was working in one of my assistants that was already custom tailored for my business, this would be way more precise to what my goals are in my businesses. So that's the advantage of making custom projects and assistants. But you can see based off of that prompt, it gave a very good overview with good detail. I like that it gives the concept of what it's going for, the target of it, some caption ideas, and you can iterate and refine these. So hopefully you found that helpful. That is how you customize your GPT. Remember, once you have the paid plan, you can do custom GPTs from here, create one, so it's a persona. You can do custom projects from here, which is essentially the same. Give it instructions, upload the files, and then it keeps a memory of what you're working on. And if you need help with your prompting, you have the link down below for Prompting Paul. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Happy to answer them and look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.